Hello Tanga, welcome to Gully Classroom. This is the second lecture on the topic money and credit in 10th CBSE Economics Chapter 3 Money and Credit. This is our second lecture. In this lecture, what are the topics that we are going to cover? We are going to cover about the loan activities of the bank, two different credit situations. We will try to understand what is credit, and we will try to look at both positive role of credit and negative role of credit. Finally, we will look at terms of credit. Let us start at loan activities of bank. With respect to loan activities of bank, 15% of the deposits that is done by all the depositors is stored in the bank as liquid cash. For what purpose, sir? Using this 15% of deposits as cash, the bank will pay the depositors who are withdrawing money on any given day. People will be going to the bank and getting their money back on any given day. So the bank always needs to hold a reserve amount of cash in order to deal with such depositors who wants to withdraw their cash. This is done by having 15% deposits as cash. Okay. What is the bank doing with the rest of the money? The majority of the deposits is used for extending loans. The bank is using the majority of the deposits for extending loans. What are loans, sir? Kana, let us look at the definition of loan or credit. Credit or loan means it is an agreement between a lender and a borrower. The lender is going to give the borrower either money, services or goods. In return for the promise of future payment. The borrower is assuring the lender that he will pay back the money, goods or services in the future with interest. So this agreement is called as credit or loan. Loan and credit have the same meaning. There is a lender, there is a borrower. The lender is giving money to the borrower. The borrower is getting the money with an assurance that, with a promise that he is going to repay this money in the future. Right. So there is a huge demand for loans to do various economic activities by a lot of people. The bank is using the deposits with it in order to satisfy the loan requirements of the people. So to satisfy the loan requirements of the people, to fulfill the loan requirements of the people, the bank is going to use this deposits, the majority of its deposits. So there are depositors. The depositors are putting their surplus cash in the bank. There are depositors. The depositors are putting the surplus cash in the bank. This surplus cash is used as lending money, is used for giving credit to the borrowers who are in need for funds. Let us try to compare the interest rate in both these conditions. The bank is having less interest on the money that the depositors are giving it. The bank is having less interest rate on the money that the depositors are giving it. So what about the borrowers? When the bank is giving money to the borrowers, the bank is charging more interest. So the bank is giving less interest to the actual depositors who are putting money in the bank. The bank is getting more interest. From whom? From the borrowers who are getting money from the bank. So there is a difference between what is paid to the depositors, the interest paid to the depositors, and what is charged from the borrowers. So this difference constitutes the major earnings of the bank. This difference is what is constituting the major earnings of the bank. Now we have understood the idea of banking. Also, we now have an idea of how banks earn their primary income. We know the meaning of credit or loan. Now let us look at two different credit situations. one where credit is playing a positive role, one where credit is playing a negative role. Let us first start where credit is playing a positive role. Here in the festival season, we have Salim's problem. What is Salim's problem? Salim is a shoe manufacturer. Let us say in the festival season, he has a big order for 3,000 shoes. Now, for this, he needs to do heavy work in 1 month time. He needs more workers and raw material. For this purpose, he needs an immediate some amount of money. He needs some amount of money. How is Salim going to satisfy his immediate need for money? He is going for loan at two sources. What are the two sources of Salim? Salim is asking the leather supplier. Salim is asking the leather supplier for raw material with assurance of future payment. With assurance of future payment. With an assurance that he will pay later. Salim is asking. What is he asking? The leather supplier for raw materials. Also, Salim is asking advance for working capital from a large trader for, let us say, 1,000 shoes. Salim is going to manufacture 3,000 shoes within this month, but he is going to a large shoe seller. He is going to a large shoe seller and said, getting an advance payment for 1,000 shoes. Now, using these two loans, Salim is investing in people and raw materials. Now, at the end of the month, Salim is getting a good profit and his loans are repaid. Here, credit is playing a vital and a positive role. Credit is giving a lot of working capital to the production. Credit is solving the capital needs of production. Similarly, it is helping with the ongoing expenses of production. There is a lot of money that is needed in the day-to-day activities of production that is given by this credit. Also, credit is helping in on-time production. Production has to be done on time. Goods needs to be delivered on time. So, that is done with the help of this credit. Because of the positive influence of credit, the earnings of Salim has increased. So this is the positive role of credit. What about the negative role of credit, sir? Let us look at Sapna's problem. Sapna is a very small scale farmer who is having 3 acres of land. She is doing groundnut farming. Now she is getting money from a money lender for her cultivation expenses. But as the sad story turns out, she is getting a lot of pests and she is also putting a lot of pesticides. Costly pesticides, but to no avail. These pesticides are not saving her crops. Her crops are getting destroyed. She is not getting any good harvest from which she can take her money back. Because of this, she is unable to repay her loans. And the debt is growing into a larger amount. Her debt from the money lender, what is it happening? It is growing into a larger amount. As for the next year, she is getting fresh loans and using these fresh loans, she is doing cultivation. In this year, she is getting a normal production. Her income is normal. But the problem is her earnings is not enough to cover the old debt. The old debt she acquired because of the pests that destroyed her crops, she is not able to cover her old debt with her current earnings. Now what is she doing? Caught in a debt trap. This is called as debt trap. Caught in a debt trap. She is selling a piece of her land in order to pay off her loans. Okay. Here we have looking at two examples. One is a positive role of credit, another is a negative role of credit. You might ask me, sir, does agriculture have such common issues of negative role of credit? Yes, agriculture has more issues of negative role of credit. Why, sir? Because in rural areas, credit demand is usually for crop production, because the only major economic activity that is happening in rural areas, not the only major, one of the major economic activity happening in rural areas is crop production, crop cultivation. What does crop production need? It needs a lot of costly materials like seeds, water, pesticides, fertilizers, electricity and equipment repair. And in order to accommodate these costly affairs in crop production, the farmers usually take credit or loans from other sources, and when they are not able to pay back, they are caught in the debt trap like Swapna. They are caught in the debt trap like Swapna. Repayment of agricultural loans is dependent crucially on the income from farming. So these people are dependent completely on farming in order to get money. They do not have any other alternate sources of income. So when they get no income from farming, their livelihood is destroyed. So the usefulness of credit depends upon two things. What are the two things on which the usefulness of credit depends upon? Risks in cultivation, risks in the situation. Every situation has some risks. So depending on these risks, the usefulness of credit can be judged. Also, there should be support in case of loss. Let us say you are putting some crops. If they are destroyed, there could be some insurance for the farmer. So support has to be there in case of loss. So what is the meaning of terms of credit? Terms of credit means the parameters on which your credit is given from the lender to the borrower. What are the parameters which decide what is the interest rate that the borrower is going to give the lender? What kind of mode of repayment? Whether the borrower is going to give the lender monthly repayments, whether biannual repayments, quarterly repayments, sometimes even daily repayments. Okay, so the mode of repayment of the borrower towards the lender can be judged from terms of credit. What next, sir? The documentation that is necessary for the payment. Finally, we also have collateral. What is collateral? Collateral means an asset that the borrower owns that is used as a guarantee to the lender until the loan is repaid. So it is a asset. Collateral is usually asset. The asset is used as a guarantee for the lender. It is a guarantee for the lender that the borrower will repay the money that he borrowed. Right? Because the borrower needs to be needs to understand that there will be consequences if he is not going to give the money. What consequences are you talking about, sir? If the borrower fails to repay the loan, the lender has the right to sell the asset or the collateral. What will the lender do? He has the right to sell the asset or the collateral to obtain his payment, to make himself whole, to obtain his payment. What is the lender going to do? He will simply sell the asset. That asset can be land title, building title, livestock, deposits with the bank, land title, building title, livestock, and deposits with the bank. Okay, the terms of credit are interest rate. What is interest rate? The amount which the borrower is going to pay extra other than the principal. The amount which the borrower is going to pay extra to the money lender other than the principal. That's called as interest rate. We understood what is collateral. Collateral is simply a guarantee for the lender. It is usually an asset. Documentation required for this transaction to take place, and finally the mode of payment. Right. The terms of credit will vary from one credit situation to the other. And the terms of credit also vary on the nature of the lender and borrower. On whom does this terms of credit is going to vary? Or dependent on whom does this terms of credit going to vary? It is going to vary based on both the nature of the lender and borrower. Right. This is more or less the length of the second lecture on the topic money and credit. We covered about the loan activities of the bank and two different credit situations. Yeah, here terms of credit is an important 2 mark. Kindly go through it. Here collateral is an 1 mark. Collateral is an 1 mark. Cheers. If you like this channel, subscribe to our channel, promote our channel in social media. Cheers. Let us grow together. Thank you.